Greetings from the middle of the map. This is Renee Benson at Sony Electronics at AV Renee KC. You are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hello, everybody. You are joining us. I am Murphy Daley, and there's some crew and guests here for the AV Life podcast. We've got a show tonight.
Hey, this is Joe Way, 3-time crew member in a row. That is a record for me. You are watching and listening to the AV Life.
And I'm your host, Tim Van Woeart from Rutgers University, Newark, from HETMA, from Higher Ed AV. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating episode number 300. Yay! So yes, it is the 300th episode of the AV Life, and that is going back all the way to our founder, Mr. Corey Moss, and his memory lives on with all of us here on the AV Life. So tonight we welcome a few guests, some returning guests, and one new timer, and very excited to have her here with us. We're actually going to start with her first. Brandy Johnson, welcome to the AV Life. If you don't mind, introduce yourself, please, for our listening and watching audience.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I am Brandy Johnson. I am the North American Sales Manager for PTC Optics. And I am in the middle of the map with Renee.
Well, we are very glad to have you here, Brandy. Thank you so very much. All right. I'm going to go to one other gentleman first before I go to the other one because he was just here. But Harry Mead, welcome back, Harry. How are you, sir?
I am very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. And Harry, you've spent some time with us here on the AV Life.
I have spent some time with you. I have dropped in unexpectedly occasionally just to mess with people. and otherwise, always have some fun when I come on AV Life.
Well, we are definitely glad to have you. And Mr. Aaron Peterson, welcome back. This is like a quick return for you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be a part of this.
Yeah, well, we're definitely glad. Sorry. Before I move, let me go right back to Harry real quick. I know you're kind of from parts unknown. Is that kind of where we're leaving this right now still, Harry?
Well, I mean, I live in Maryland, and I just happen to work in several undisclosed locations.
So there you go. That's where we'll leave it. So, Aaron Peterson, I know you were just here. So please just introduce in case somebody had missed it.
Yeah, I'm a senior solutions engineer at a company called Mech9. We're based in Marshalltown, Iowa. So also representing the middle of the country over here.
Well, I was gonna say at least when I have Harry, at least I got a little bit of the East Coast here now. You know, I don't get much of that anymore.
You're well represented evenly across. Birthday girl.
Birthday girl in the house.
Wait, is she?
Probably. Well,
I see her.
We see her.
Of course, no one who's listening is wondering. Is figuring out what's
I think
going
her microphone is on, but I don't think she can hear us yet.
You know, is there an AV?
We all got to boost in with the happy birthday song.
Yeah.
As soon as she can hear us.
There she is. I hear her.
Yep.
It's coming.
Yeah. All right, she muted for now. So we're waiting on Nancy to get her audio up and running. So like I said, we're here to celebrate. And it's not just the engagement of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Can I just say at least it's over now? Like they got it done. Everyone's been calling for this for like ever. Renee,
it's still not done.
Well, it's still not done, but here's what I have to say. Give us one more good year, Travis, and then he can be a billionaire being a stay-at-home dad. Okay? Let's leave it at that. So
yeah.
One more year. Yeah. I would you'd be surprised at the emails I got from customers today. Congratulations. I'm like, to me? Like
Hey, Hey, the group chat. She had to take a sabbatical.
I'm not
Did you
in the
see that,
wedding.
Renee?
I'm not even a Swiftie. I'm just kind of by default here. But anyway, it's just really funny how many people reached out to us.
Well, the funny thing is like, you know, and I feel like it was kind of like with my wife and I, is like everyone was waiting on us to like, oh, when are you guys going to get engaged? And then as soon as it happened, it's like, oh, when are you going to get married? And it's like, we just got engaged. It's like, what? So, but now that's what's going to happen here. But on a, you know, on the grand stage is now we're all going to be anticipating the wedding, you know, so there's always the next
after
thing.
the season, hopefully after we win the Super Bowl this year, and then they can do it. But until then, they need to concentrate on football.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say the same for my Steelers. They need to concentrate on football too. So we'll see how that goes.
I thought I liked you, Tim. I said, I thought I liked you.
Well, my Iowa State Cyclones won their game over the Kansas City Kansas State.
Oh, there you go. All right.
That was an example of two teams that neither deserved to be ranked. That somebody had to win.
All right.
Yeah. You know. I'm glad the other Iowa person isn't on here.
You heard it here.
There we go.
The AV Live giving you the fresh news of the day.
I'm just here to make enemies.
Well, that's
usually my gig, man.
That's right. You can have it today. That way, at least I might stay crew member next time.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll make it where you have to be a guest next time, Joe. Well, depending on the topic, I might just need you to fill that role. So, we're back. We're here. Nancy, I'm hoping you're hearing us now.
I can't. So we're not recording right now, are we?
Well, yeah, we are.
Yes,
we are.
Okay, then I'll keep it PG. What I did was I sent the link to my work email.
Yeah.
But because of it being an Asian company, if I send from my personal, then it goes into spam, and then it's a whole different thing, but you don't get it immediately. So I had to switch to my personal Mac, which meant I had to find my adapter so I could put everything in. But my external speakers aren't working. So that's what I was trying to figure out. But you know what? Hey, I'm using my Mac speakers. So
well,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nancy.
Happy birthday to
the last day of my birthday glass.
And that's also the reason we're here celebrating. We have more celebration to happen. So
yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the plan. So we'll get through the podcast here tonight. So my plan for tonight is that we kind of reminisce a little bit about some of the, you know, we did a little reminiscing when we've got word that Corey had passed. But I think today is definitely more of a celebration. You know, for those who maybe had not heard, you could actually, if you want other stories from other individuals that have been a part of the AV life, you can actually go back to listen to the 200th episode. And that there are interviews with Joe and I started off. We bring in Gina Sansevero, Mark Coxon, Michelle Lorette. They all come in and spend time and talk about the podcast and everything like that. So if you want additional stories those were all done during the COVID infocom. So that was to give you a little bit of a time frame. It took us like 5 years to get to episode one, to get another 100 episodes.
The real question is, how many did you record? You recorded 100 since then, but how many were actually put out?
Well,
don't like your negativity.
No. That's how many have actually seen the light of day. There are others that have not seen the light of day.
Okay.
So
see, Joe, you're walking on shaky ground with that whole guest crew member.
he can still he's like, oh, I gotta be nice. I'm like, he can still cause trouble as a crew member.
Yeah. We do that. Yeah.
So I will. So we just to kind of I'll lead it off here because for those who maybe have not been listening since the early days, the AV Life was always a different type of show, and that was what Corey always wanted. Corey wanted it to be a different type of show, multiple guests, big groups like this, even bigger if Corey could swing it. I think his biggest would have been, I think it was like 20, I think, of us at one time. I think it was.
Was that during COVID?
No, before that. It was like, I think it was like, it might have been 2018, 2019. We had a big episode where we just brought, I think Corey actually put the Zoom link out on Twitter just to see who would join in. But there were us crew members that
remember back in the day. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go.
Side of thing. Back in the day of the COVID, when everybody was joining Zooms and there would be strange, inappropriate Zoomages coming in.
Yes. Yeah, the Zoom bombings.
That? Oh yeah.
The Zoom bombings. Yeah.
So people would join and it was inappropriate. So that just makes me think of that. But Corey was in on it long before that, taking risks, making things happen.
Well, I think kudos need to go to you because I just asked Dr. ChatGPT how many podcasts make it to 300 episodes, and it's about 1 to 2%. Only 2.1% make it over 250.
Wow! Look
at you. All right.
Hey.
So
That's amazing.
there's kudos to you.
So there we go. We've
look
made
how
it.
small of a world it is too, right? So how many of us have had, maybe not you, Tim, but like how many jobs have we had in these 300 episodes, or companies we've worked at, or different places we've been to,
Well,
not that Harry can tell us, his are all undisclosed, but
only the last one.
Yeah. Been around, but we're still together.
Right. Well, and I guess technically since the podcast has been out, I'm probably on job number 3. So, because even though I wasn't part of the crew when things first got started, it was very early in my Rutgers career when I got started with the podcast. So,
Yep, I was, I remember, because I remember seeing him at Infocom and talking to him, and he's like, "Come on and join." And then that was all she wrote. It was
Yep. Well, and I know I've told this story before, but it's because of Gina Sansevero that I'm here. Like she's the reason that she thought of me when she was talking to Corey about who to bring on, and I came on, and then the rest was history. It's like Corey was like, "Yeah, let's have you come back," and I was like, "Sure," and so I did, week after week, and. Yeah, and we talked about this. Corey had that innate sense about people. Like he knew who would work and who wouldn't work in a podcast or like in a show or something like this. Like he knew who to promote and how to promote them. So that's just there aren't many people that have that ability, just like almost like a superhero sense in a way. So we've continued that tradition. Now, one of the things I lovingly don't miss are the 2-hour-long recordings that sometimes take place. You would get a 2-part episode from Corey on the AV Life because the conversations just kept going, but they were good conversations. Don't get me wrong; it was never forced. It was never anything like that. But it was like we kept going, and like we would start at I think about the same time, right, Renee? I don't think we ever really changed the time slot. No. It's always like 8:30 Eastern. Maybe it was like 7:30. I think it might have been a little bit earlier, but it wasn't too much.
No, it was a like you're in for the night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the joke was whoever was drinking water was the designated podcaster, because yes, if you were sitting there for 2 hours recording and drinking alcohol, it was like by the end of it. Yeah. So, that was kind of the thing. It's like, all right, so whoever's that, then they're responsible for keeping things rolling at least. So
Yeah.
And
I love conversations like that. If it's a good conversation and you got good topics that you're actually having good discussions about, I'm a big fan of having the conversation roll along, especially in a digital format like this, that there isn't really time constraints. Keep the conversation going. That's actually, I'm going to give a little bit of shout out to the AV Super Friends, because at least their off the rails episodes have good conversations between the guys and sometimes other and gals and stuff that attend those. And it's really, they don't really constrict it to a certain time limit. They just keep going as the conversation flows. And like I said, if the conversation's good, keep going. But if it just ends up meaningless conversation, then yeah, cut it down.
And as people drink and drink a little more, the conversation gets a little more interesting, and they go. They do go a little more.
And we have
I always run contests with alcohol.
Yeah, we have integrator partners, we have end users, we have manufacturers, we have tech folks, we have sales folks, we have project managers, and
We have
so
we have people who can't say what they do and where they are. You know?
Locations every time.
It's funny because I don't even know what I am anymore. Because technically, I believe I'm an end user. However, I'm doing all the same crap I was doing as an integrator. I'm still engineering. I'm still programming. I'm still doing all of that stuff. I was gonna say, I can share this one. I got sent to Europe a few weeks ago because the contracting company that I work for, big mix up everything else, but I had the classification level and all of the skills to go do a full building site evaluation for a government building in Europe. So
how cool!
I ended up being on the ground for like 2.5 days, so that was a little rough. But yeah, but again, like I said, I'm doing all the same stuff I was doing before, but technically I'm an end user.
Yeah, I can
You're
understand.
saving end user money by not being an integrator. Because you can do it all.
Yeah, and yeah, that because I'm still I'm doing site evals, I'm doing engineering drawings, plus I'm doing O&M stuff, so I'm fixing DSP setups and doing all of it. So it's like, when does end user kick in?
That's how you keep those skills sharp.
Yeah, the in-house integrator. Yes.
In-house integrator. There you go.
Yeah.
Harry, it's called multitasking.
Yeah.
See, and I'm in that phase now where I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get the in-house integration piece. I'm trying to train up my guys to do that. So, yeah, this has been the podcast has been the one space like where we can all come together like that. And the AV, my favorite was always AV adjacent. You know, that was the one like Kim Frank, also one of our original founding crew members, who predated me with the podcast as well. So Kim had already been recording with Corey, and but she always considered herself AV adjacent. Yep. Because she was in the out of home advertising market kind of thing, and so she had that realm. So yeah, she had some AV knowledge, but not much. But it was close enough. So
I'm currently working in an AV adjacent space. Just today, I mean, talk about whatever, right? Just today, I finished my educational part to get a certification in water treatment.
Ooh.
Which has like, what? It's like, oh, I'm going to talk about the signal flow of physical medium, water in a pipe. Okay, that's not fiber optics, but kind of
runs
similar.
Downhill. Runs downhill.
It does, well, around here, yes. Not all of them do, but in this case, yes. And And so I'm like, okay, I'm learning about that. And that's my big project that I have, and amongst other things. And it's totally fascinating to learn about something new and think about things that are thousands of pounds and physical that have to, like, wow, that's different than light blipping around. So that's
did you get to use all your water math that we had talked about in that episode?
Yes, I did. I had to take the test. I took the test first, and I didn't pass the first time, and it was like 67%. I'm like, oh. So I studied like crazy all day and got 87 today, and got all of the math problems right. So
awesome.
That was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Murphy.
Yeah.
I've been working on that. The thing is, that was the education portion. Now, if I to actually sign up for Pearson's or whoever to take the certification portion to get officially certified as a water treatment operator, they're like, it'll take a month. I'm like, dang it, I'm going to forget everything in a month. But maybe I'll restudy.
I can't remember anything like 5 minutes after. Like it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, how many milligrams is appropriate for chlorine residuals?
I actually have a related story with a tangential career.
All right. Let's hear it, Harry.
So I don't know how many of you would have seen it. I forget if I put it on Twitter. I think I did. But I got elected to city council of our little town.
I remember that. I didn't know how much we were going to release
for Harry.
Here. So, yeah.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, that happened in May.
Congratulations.
It's been thank you. It's been very interesting, and I have pretty much learned that I don't want to do this as any kind of real thing, because these people are nuts. But
they're very dedicated to very small things.
But you go to the group of like the association, for lack of a better term, of all of the municipal elected people, and they're all very politician-y. It's all like, hi, how you doing? What can you do for me? Sort of deal. And but anyway, the part where this transitions in is on Saturday morning, I am actually getting a tour with the Department of Public Works, and a part of it, I will be seeing the water treatment and filtration.
Well, you're going to call Murphy beforehand, so you can get all the details that you need to like.
My project that I am assisting with is updating their SCADA system, which you may hear about, and you could say, "Oh yes, SCADA."
Yes, I've heard about this. No, so that is that's the funny tangent to water treatment is I'm actually going to be touring that on Saturday with the DPW guys.
Brilliant. Yeah, water's the timeline for this kind of physical reality stuff for cities is so much longer. We're talking like IT stuff is like, well, I guess you could probably keep your phones if you want to, maybe your laptops and your phones. A long window of ownership would be 4 years. Usually it's like a 3-year cycle, 5 years maybe, but we're talking 25, 50-year plans. You're like, dang.
Whoa. Oh yeah, no, unless the regulations change, that crap's not changing. So that's
it's a different way to twist my mind. Like, oh, and I like the difference. It's like, oh, this is good to learn a different language and understand what else is going on in the technology. I'm sure, Harry, you will find I hope that you find it as fascinating as I have. I lost my video.
Yeah, we lost your video. Yeah. Come back, Murphy. Come back.
Sorry.
You're trying to figure out how, at this age, people still learn things, because I feel like the older I get, the more ADD I have. And I just became the sales manager for North America June 1st, and I got assigned 24 manager trainings. And I have to keep replaying them because my mind is as they're going. I'm like, I don't know. So 67s, I got a lot of those. I'm gonna have to retake. And so the 34-minute training ends up being like 50.
Well, that's why I hate when I take some of these manufacturers trainings and they're like, you must get a 90% on our quiz to pass this thing. And it's like, really? It's 7 questions long. You're aware how that math works?
Does 245s count up to 90?
Somebody didn't figure that part out.
It didn't at all. No.
No, I get the same thing, Brandy. Like we have those online trainings for Title IX and for sexual harassment and all that stuff, and it's but I guess in my benefit, it's the same ones every year. So it's like you get to the point where it's like, okay, I do remember this. It's like I could kind of move through this.
That's how I've been, because with clearance stuff, you have to do a bunch of trainings every year, and a lot of them are the same. So I'm starting to get to the point where I can just test out of a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and if you put it on 2x speed, does that mean you learn how to sexually harass twice as fast?
Or maybe you'll prevent twice as many of them.
Well, we had a bunch of because when you get to so many employees, you have to have like HR trainings and things. And so we're there.
Like a big
and so we had to do one on drug and alcohol awareness, like a drug and alcohol free workplace. And I'm like, I put a message in the chat. I'm like, are we all fired? Like we're fired, right? Like is that all we do after work? Like with people that we work with, like partners and things like that. I'm like, entertaining is like part of our job.
You call that vendor management.
Vendor management.
Don't be a part of the problem. Be the reason HR writes the rules.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You can't get in trouble if there's not a rule.
Leave your mark on your organization.
That's what Joe does, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
Right before you can be fired. No.
That's what the timing is about. Yeah.
I always love, like, at least one of the couple CTS exam prep things that I've taken. Like, one of the early things they do is teach you just how to take the dang test. Like, how to really properly read the question and properly eliminate some of the answers and figure out what is the most correct answer and stuff like that.
I think that all the way correct, but it's more correct than all the other wrong answers.
Right, exactly.
Or it's whatever Avixa says is correct.
Right.
Whether it may be or not.
Yeah.
Has anybody
I wanted to do it, but
I
know that I can't. My mental capacity couldn't.
I don't know if I've ever encountered a single project that perfectly fit their project mold of that process.
No, I haven't. No. That's the ideal world, and none of us live in that world.
You don't live in a fishbowl bubble?
No. I've been in buildings that have been designed like that, but I don't live in that world.
I don't know about Avixa, but when I was taking the PMP study course to pass that, I was like, okay, this PMBOK is amazing. It's like the Star Trek Planet Project. And it doesn't actually exist anywhere, but it's this fantasy world, how projects are supposed to go. So when I take the test, I have to think about Planet Project and how things perfectly happen. Because trying to actually, some of the people who had more experience with projecting than I did when I took the prep course were like, this is absurd. This isn't how projects work. And they just couldn't even deal with it. I'm like, oh, don't let reality invade my learning.
I do always tell people when I'm helping people study
training,
when I tell people to practice for their CTS, I tell them, imagine you are literally the only person that works for your company. You're the salesperson, you're the designer. You have to go out, talk to the manufacturers to get bids on equipment. you have to do the program report, you have to do the installation, the support, all the documentation. If you can put your hat on like that, you usually have a good shot. But like if you come in with it from just one perspective of one of those and not understand the other aspects of it, you'll miss a number of questions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I did the Avixa virtual training beforehand. It was like 5 half days or 4 half days.
Yeah.
And it was helpful. It super was. I have a whole notebook full of notes that I took and slides and material plus the book and everything like that. And that's I think most of what we did was taking how to take the test. Like we went over like the AV math and we had a cheat sheet and all that stuff. And I have to thank my AV family for all the help they gave me while I was doing that too. Cause that was, I got help from all over the place. We did those things, but then how to take the test is the bigger part of it because of specifically that, because of the, you have to think of it like from all the parts. And then you also have to find the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. It's the Avixa right answer. So
you guys got how to take the test.
Now we know how you got his name, AV Grump.
Yeah, there it is.
I was going to say,
I'm thinking about doing an InfoComm next year.
My CTSD is old enough that I went through it 2 different times. My company sent me to the test blind, and at the first time, and it wasn't a Pearson test. It was a go to Fairfax, Virginia, and you were there for 2 days. You had to produce drawings. You had to do all kinds of. There was an interview. It was Miss America.
Yeah, that's the old way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I missed it. I passed everything except for the multiple choice test because I had no idea about ADA.
Oh no.
So there was like a page and a half that I just got completely wrong, and it threw my entire test. But
yeah, and the CTSI, you had to, part of it at least was wiring a rack.
Oh yeah.
And one of the guys that is at Mechdyne, and he told me, I don't know if this is actually true, but the rumor is that he did it in like half the time that they allotted, and then like went out into his car and took a nap after, like, for the rest of it because he was done. And I have no idea if that's actually true, but that's the rumor.
But yeah, the second time I took the 3-day prep class, 3 days before InfoComm that year. And then I took the test on Friday. Now, what that meant was, I might go to the Extron party on Wednesday. Back to the people who remember the Extron party. I might go to the Extron party on Wednesday, but I'm only staying for like an hour and a half, and then I got to go back and I got to study more. And then I might be able to go to the Crestron party on Thursday, but I'm not staying the whole time. I got to go back and study more.
I don't even think I could do 2+2 on Friday.
Because the other thing was that they also at that point didn't give you the formulas.
Yeah, they do now.
So you had to remember the formulas. So a lot of us what a lot of us did at that point was the first thing we did as soon as we got it at our computer was write the formulas all out real quick that we figured we were going to have to use. So it was there.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do you still have to do that for the CTS. For the first one. You still have to do that.
The normal CTS and the I, you still need to do that. They only give you the formula sheet on the D.
Okay. I should probably take my I at some point just to round it out.
I use the stuff on the D more often, but yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I don't need the I for anything, but
you're an end user. You don't need it anymore.
It would just, yeah. Well, I wasn't underneath a conference room table
what the standards are, so we can point at what's wrong from the integrator and tell them to fix stuff.
Yeah,
Mr. Mr. Mead,
I wish.
if you have a moment, I would like to confer with you about a couple things since you're so very experienced and we've had good conversations before. I'm sorry to take over, but I am coming to the conclusion of my long worked upon AV Project Manager Handbook. And so if you could give it a read and maybe give me a blurb or other things, we're about ready, getting close. So if you have a moment, maybe you and I could talk about it.
Absolutely
Exciting.
Oh, there you go.
It's short.
Ladies and
Less
gentlemen,
than 100 pages.
You hear it here first. Again, another breaking with Murphy's book here on the AV Life. I will say, and to tie that back into more reminiscing about the AV Life, Corey loved that. Corey was all about the breaking news. Like that was, if he could be the one that called it out, like and he was not afraid to speak his mind. It might have pissed off people. It may have like been an unpopular opinion, but he didn't care. Like that was like he made friends and he made enemies real fast because of that. But he was respected though, and I think that was the piece that kept him as an integral part of the AV community. So that was something that we brought to the AV Life. I will say the one that always sticks with me was the booth babes. That whole thing, like that, because it came out about the same time as the robots. There were
that
those
was ISD Amsterdam. You and I first met.
Right. So that was all about the same time. So there's a lot, and Corey took a stand on that, as we all knew we should. Like, that there was an issue in our industry, and we needed to address it, and he did. To both Raz and Allocates alike. That we always did it this way, and blah 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 blah. Like, what's wrong with it doing that way? This is not how it's supposed to be. Like, we are not supposed to be treating our female counterparts this way in our industry. Like, this is, the women in our industry should be equal partners and everything. So
my first Infocom was the 2021 after COVID Infocom.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too.
Yep, same here. Yep.
And because I had heard so much issues with booth babes and stuff, I was specifically trying to figure out which manufacturers were having booth babes in it. And at that one, I believe I did find a manufacturer that did have a person there, pretty much the booth babe that
you saw here.
No, it wasn't you, but there was one vendor that clearly was being hired just to scan badges and to look a certain way.
Well, they do that a lot, and they still do it. They have the young girls, the Infocom. They still had them this year scanning badges.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I'm not justifying it. That's not where I'm going. Let me start with it to say everybody who scans is bought through the venue mostly, right? You can't bring in 50 people and but you do get to choose what they wear and how they act. So so that's where I think that's where the separation has to come. Most people who scan are people who will just work Infocom one week, then they're going to work whatever conference shows up the next week, then they're going to work whatever conference, right? But it is still that culture of that company coming through, and that's what's kind of upsetting, right? Because they're just doing their job, but then you have that company culture that comes through and says, well, we remember the Stampede girls, right? I mean, thankfully they don't do that anymore, but that was the shtick, right? And we all thought it was okay until, but we all knew it wasn't, but we all dealt with it, and it was finally, I think it was. It was that year of, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the company now, but it was the robot company and whatever they were. And then, and then of course, what they had, Crestron brought the Ring Girls out that same year at Swirl, right? And I think it was all that finally over the top, and then having the Stampede Girls all at the same time. So thankfully that went away.
The Mustang girls.
Yeah.
I can say, like I said, I started the industry, 2020, like right before COVID hit, and the industry has really come so far in the way they treat women. And
I tried the 90s.
well, I mean, considering the 5 years I've been here I wasn't there in the 90s, but it has come a ways just in these 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got in
Thankfully.
2016, I found that the industry had significantly matured.
Yeah.
Then when we did Amsterdam, Joe, then I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But let's step back and think about it. The way that Europeans think, how they live their lives are totally different from North America. So that's where that manufacturer probably didn't see it the same as how we did, and we were offended by it.
If I remember right, it was a local Amsterdam-based company even too. I don't remember exactly the name, and I'm sure I could go back in the articles and find it, but I do remember that I'm pretty sure it was an Amsterdam-based company, which has very different standards than the rest of, at least over here. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, even if I look at it the way women in our industry, so in 2016, Deb McClain had said to me, Nancy, it's not like how it used to be. So you don't wear dresses, you don't wear suits, you don't wear this, just dress casual. And it took me a year when I was working for a manufacturing rep to actually feel comfortable in jeans going to meetings.
Yeah.
And I mean, most of the time we're talking to engineers, and so, they're all in jeans, polo, or t-shirts or whatever, but the dynamics have changed, as you've said, in our industry, and even for you when you've come on. So,
well, even at Mechdyne, we had a pretty strict no jeans dress code until COVID. Like in the office, you were wearing at least khakis, or nicer pants, and at least a polo button-down shirt every day. Even on site, on construction sites, our team were wearing that, and a lot of the other trades thought our installers were the client, actually the end user. They thought that that's what they were. And so even to this day, when I'm in front of a client, I will still generally will not wear jeans.
Yeah.
I think
I'm kind of the same way.
I could see that dealing with the end user integrators, or being at a regional event or something like that. It's a little bit more casual.
Yeah, like I kind of tailor myself a little bit now. I kind of right now I tend to stay on the khaki side and that sort of stuff, because I'm on the same floor with a constellation of generals. So whose meetings I could get called into at any time.
There's a lot of stars up there.
A lot of stars on the 6th floor. So, but it, so I mean, I always have to be at least presentable, but that gets balanced with the fact that, okay, I may be like inside a rack trying to figure out what the hell's going on, or I might be crawling under a conference room table, or taking apart some other desk thing in order to figure out why a receiver's not working, or something like that. So I mean, the dress has to kind of balance out with what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's always been my hard part too, is like being ready for anything too, because I could be in a podium, or I could get called. Well, now I don't get called to the president's office, but I could get called to the chancellor's office. And if that's the case, then I need to have khakis and a polo at least ready to go. But yeah, it's hard to balance that. I'm about to get real dirty because I know the inside of this podium has not been cleaned in 5 years. And, and then being ready to go meet the executive level. So
we had projects where our install team was doing a project for the CEO it's the CEO's conference room for a very large company. And the dress code of that wing of that company, the executive wing, was suits. Our install team had to be wearing full suits.
Oh my gosh.
Full suits.
That was the expectation.
I quit that job.
Oof, that's rough.
You're not installing in a suit. You get hot and sweaty. And...
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to climb a ladder in a dress shoes.
Yeah.
No.
If the expectation was suits, did they have? Okay, project manager question: would they be willing to let people work outside of business hours, not in suits?
I believe the answer was no.
Oh, okay.
Again, I quit that job.
I specifically was not on that project in any way, but from what I heard,
Everyone talked about it.
from what I heard, they could. I'm sure they could take the jacket off, especially for if they needed to get up into a ceiling or something on a ladder, because it's just not safe wearing a suit jacket for that. But we had an on-site person there, and he wore a suit every single day. That was the expected dress code.
It's kind of like the HETMA Awards banquet. The expected dress code is
I think you can wear an inflatable. I think you can wear an inflatable.
The dress code is a crocodile blow-up outfit.
I know it is.
And
That is 100% the dress code.
Yeah, next year I wear the inflatable suit.
you are welcome to. That thing is hot as hell. Okay.
So good, though, Joe. That was so good.
It was awesome.
It was so good.
At least I now have my Halloween costume for this year.
Well, there you go.
You're ready.
That's true.
With the Froggy Fog gun, right?
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about random? And so there's the picture of me for the HETMA community with me holding the Froggy gun. Well, that ended up being the picture on the AVIT Summit website. I did not submit that photo to them. I don't know where it came from. I submitted my nice little green with the bow tie, this might, that thing. And all of a sudden, somebody made a comment to me about it. Oh, it was the mayor of the mayor of HETMA. Marcus, thank you. He's like, oh, you didn't bring the fog gun. And I'm like, why would you bring up the fog gun of all the things? And then I looked at the website and I'm like why? Of all the things. I didn't get a chance to talk to Cindy about it after I noticed it, but it was yeah. So here's me with my Camp HETMA t-shirt holding the big foggy frog, whatever.
Oh, God,
gun.
so funny.
That's awesome.
So much for a professional headshot for a panel discussion.
Maybe Joe's next one will have him in his big blow up.
By the way, if you have, I was looking for them the other day. I was going to show someone. I don't have any because I was in it. I didn't take pictures.
Oh,
Right.
You gotta get them from John. John's got.
Avixa had a great one. Avixa's video. I think Samantha took a great video, but I don't know. Someone Avixa somewhere. But then again, there were 20,000 tweets later right now.
Mm-hmm. There were some, I will say, and actually, again, I can make a great segue to this. There were some good costumes that have shown up on the AV Life over the years. Harry had us one year with your hood and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the year I showed up. I had the flickering lanterns behind me, and
that was the Halloween, the Halloween episode. Yeah,
I had the hood over us.
Oh,
there you go. There it is, Joe.
Oh, there we go.
I have a good theme. I was just at the Exurus Alamo NSM.
Where's the water?
And they had a superhero night, who's your superhero?
Oh.
So I took Kevin Welling, who's VP of the West, and I put his head on Superwoman. And then I put the VP of the East, John Riley, as Superman, and said, Kryptonite, nah, we're calling tight. It was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
They're like, do you have that made? I'm like, yes. Give me a theme. I'll have something made. I love it. It's the best thing.
That's awesome. I always do enjoy a good theme. So yeah, and I don't remember exactly what the episode was, but I dressed up like the Men in Black. There was one I had the black and white tuxedo. I had the sunglasses. I found a picture of Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, and I was standing in the middle. Like there's a picture out there somewhere from that episode. We did a football episode. Everyone was wearing their football jerseys. Renee, I think you were. I feel like you were on that one. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you should maybe do next year. Some ideas.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for resurrecting.
What with the new football season coming in, maybe we need to have everybody dress as Taylor or.
No, I knew you were gonna say it.
No.
I don't know if I could.
You are far closer to Taylor than I. You at least have blonde hair.
I'm not sure I can pull off the little sequined unitard thing.
There you go.
That might be my AV Awards costume next year.
There you go. Got to bring back the Got to bring back the sequence.
Now I'm thinking of Taylor songs.
Oh, jeez.
All day long. I'm like, I'm just trying to do my job. I don't want to know anything about Taylor Swift.
Funny, I am successfully insulated enough that I didn't know it until you guys brought it up.
Oh.
Well, I was doing fine until it made its way to ESPN, and then it hit my phone because of ESPN alert.
I was gonna say I was more involved with the two F1 drivers that signed today.
No, I just found out because Renee put it in our group chat.
No, somebody else did.
You're trying to
I
deny
thought you
it.
too, and then because I've been busy all day, and then I right before I hopped on, I opened TikTok and group chat, and I was like, "What is she talking about? A sabbatical?" Because it's it's against her religion to work, and then I put it to the beginning, and it was about the engagement. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" This is going to be everywhere.
See, that's funny.
At least week. It's all we're going to hear.
Yeah, I discovered it from Raw Alert on X. So I instantly went to TMZ because TMZ would have it. They would have all the latest information.
Yeah,
and then what was their show on today? The whole thing.
Yeah.
So yes.
I'm sure. The timeline. Like, who cares? They've been dating 2 years. Here, look at the whole time.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh my God.
The writing was on the wall. Why is this such big news? Like, of course it was going to happen at some point.
I think, because it finally happened.
It was like 45 minutes, and it had like 9.2 million, likes or whatever on their Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, don't these people work? Yeah.
The Swifties swarm.
But then I saw that Krispy Kreme was giving a free dozen donuts from 5 to 7 tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are they going to do? Bankrupt themselves? Their Swifties
but they said you have to call your local store to see if it qualifies. So it's only certain stores. Yeah, it's not every store.
They did it here in Kansas City. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I was more interested in with Krispy Kreme was the fact that they did Harry Potter.
I was gonna say the Harry Potter ones are Harry Potter donuts. Including the sorting hat one that will tell you what house you're in.
Yeah, I was the only one that got the appropriate house out of my family.
I've got the Lego sorting hat that tells you what house you're in when you push the tip down, little sound machine, and it plays a little audio clip.
That's cool.
Okay, Tim, I have a memory that I said I wanted to share.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
it was the worst thing I ever had to do, but I was so new to the podcast. I was like, oh, I'll do this experiment. Remember when the Impossible Burger came out?
Yeah, I knew exactly. As soon as you said the worst thing you ever had to do, I had a feeling that's where we were going.
And my husband and I drove to the Hula Hands. I think it was the only restaurant near me at the time that had one. And I was like, how bad is this going to be? And he recorded me. when we had like a group chat on Facebook
Yep.
or something. But I remember thinking, I'm going to kill whoever told me to do this. It was awful. And then we had to come back and report on it.
Yeah. And for those, so yeah, this goes back, and yes, we know that the Impossible Burger has made changes. I'm not even going to say improvements. It's changes over the years. This was the Gen 1 Impossible Burger. It was not good.
I had to grill one or two of those for someone who brought them to my house and defiled my grill with them.
I was gonna say, did they magically disappear somewhere? I don't know what happened.
No, but they wouldn't get grill marks.
Nope.
I'm like, make the marks, damn it, make the marks. and it's like, this is unnatural. It doesn't burn. It's a witch.
Are they
grill meat?
What are they made of?
No, they're plant-based.
Plant-based. Yeah, sawdust.
Sawdust and tears.
Well, and they used, I think, beet juice to like mimic the blood or something like that, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Oh yeah. They had beet juice in there to really pound home the.
I think it ended up back into my napkin. Like it was really one of those things that it was like, this is.
I mean, technically, cows are made out of vegetable, grass and vegetables.
It's processed vegetables.
So there you go.
But I like that process.
That's a good process. That's a delicious process.
Yeah.
That is. Give me my beef.
Yeah.
And to those who maybe need to eat, healthy like that, but this is just our opinions. I don't want to upset any of our vegetarians or vegans out there, but it was not a pleasurable experience for those of us who enjoy that. So,
well, that's why they've improved on it. They say, right? Like that was just when it first came out. So I think they.
You're not going to try it, Renee, huh?
No.
See.
I don't care if it's Gen 47. I'm not trying it.
Like with a lot of that stuff, you got to look at what food intolerances you have. If you don't know and you haven't been tested and you have stuff like that, it's probably that you're not even tolerant to it.
Well, I'm a corn-fed, beef-fed Midwest girl. I am intolerant to plant-based foods.
I'm a green meat girl. Give me.
I am. I don't even do salad.
Give me my red meat anytime.
If there are too many green plants on my plate, it's not a good day.
So, are we talking about meat just in honor of Spence?
Oh, yes.
Because it's a 300 episode.
Yeah,
that's got to be Spence, and that was always Spence. That was just give me the meat.
I want the meat.
I want the meat.
I miss Spence.
Yeah.
I'm Spence Graham from Strash. Oh wait, hold on. What was the company?
Stratacash.
No. It was New Era.
New Era. Stratacash company.
A Stratacash company. And you are listening to the AV Life.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
And he always sat back in his chair too. That was like, that's why.
We've had a lot of good times. I can't believe it's 300, but we've had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
A lot of silly. A lot of good people.
Yeah. One of the bygone episodes we used to do were the firing range, in which we then changed to the lightning, the lightning rounds. Those
are you going to do a firing range in honor?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, I should have prepared for that.
We got to do
that. I should have prepared for that.
We should have.
I can ask Dr. Chat GPT to create one.
Do you have a better Chat GPT because it's a doctor?
Yeah, it's like Dr. Google, Dr. Chat GPT.
Chat.
Do you have to have a doctorate to have access to it? Is that the thing?
Joe, your Chat GPT has a PhD?
Yeah, why not? The students can use it. Why can't I use it?
We'll see what Chat GPT comes along with here for that. Yeah, that was something. And that's so as an explanation for those who have maybe not heard it yet, we would divide the group in half, and it would be then we would pick captains. It would be almost it was a debate thing where so you would pick if you're for or against a certain topic, and you would pick your team. The captains would pick their team, and even if you didn't like it, you had to debate for that side. And everyone got a chance to give their piece. And we got some hilarious responses.
It gave me a good list here, to be honest, because I had it said according to the AV Life. So it went and looked at the AV Life. Give me firing range questions. And the first one, because they were always topical, is debate whether or not AI will have a lasting impact on the AV industry.
Ooh, I think you know what? I think that's a
pretty good one.
That's a good one. Okay.
So you have to pick your captains, Tim.
I gotta pick my captains. You know what?
Oh, we're doing this.
We're doing this, and I can't be a captain because I'm the host. So I'm actually gonna go with
you know what? Girl has to be a captain.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna say Nancy. I'm gonna say Nancy and Renee. You're gonna be my captains.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then you have to pick who's saying yes and who's saying no.
So whoever gets first pick doesn't get the choice of for or against. So
So here we go. I'm flipping the official HETMA.
Oh, there you go. Oh, and what?
God, I can't believe we're doing this.
Here we go.
Wait. Actually, hold on. Time out. Joe, you can plug in this moment for that. So
coming up September 21st and 22nd, the HETMA Golf Class second annual HETMA Golf Classic happening at PGA West Mountain Course. You can go to hetmagolfclassic.com to register today.
What's the date? What date was that again?
September 21st and 22nd. There are still sponsorship slots available, and we have a lot of customers coming.
You are guaranteed a higher end customer in every cart. Customer in every cart. There you go.
There we go. All right. So, Nancy, birthday girl, call it in the air. Heads is going to be you are for it, and you pick first, and then the other one.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess you could figure
that. So the H is heads.
Is heads, and then HETMA is tails.
Oh, what's the question?
Will AI have an everlasting impact on the AV industry?
Okay.
And so this is who picks first. You call it in the air. Heads, that means you pick first, but then that would, so you get it. We'll fill it in. Well, I haven't. Okay, so you're saying heads?
Yes.
And you are correct. It is heads. So you pick first, but now that means Renee gets to pick whether or not she's saying yes or no.
Oh.
So now, Renee, are you going to say, are you going for it or against it?
I don't know who my team is yet, but we are going against AI.
You're going against it. All right.
Nancy, I thought you were going to say for. I'm going to say, can I pick now?
Yeah, you pick your first. You get your first draft pick.
Aaron.
Okay.
I'm taking Brandy. She got my back.
I see what you're doing there.
You're moving.
I'm moving.
I'm going to take Murphy.
Okay.
I'm taking Joe.
There you go.
Hello.
Harry looked like he was against it.
So who you want? You want me or Harry?
Well, I'll take Harry. We'll make it interesting.
There we go.
And there we go. There are our teams.
Oh my gosh, we're really doing this.
So we are going against.
But Harry's shaking his head. That's what worries me.
This is the fun part. This is where the firing range became. It's.
How did you let this thing go? This is fun. I forgot.
I know. I think we got to bring this back. I got to plan.
This is good.
Yeah, this is fun.
And I need a bigger. Well, that's the other part too. Is I need a bigger group. It's better with like 8 people on.
Yeah.
So that's the other part. So
Tim was so good at this game.
You got to make sure you have 8 people on all the time.
Yeah. So all right. I mean,
So now Nancy will go first, but
Yeah.
you got to pick the order you want. So you got to pick who you're going to go first, and then Renee, you'll go second, but you get to pick who your team is going to go next.
All right. So Murphy, started off, girl.
Wait, we're the
four.
We're four.
You're for it.
For AI.
We're for it in the AV industry. Yes.
Okay. All right. Here we are right now in 2025, and artificial intelligence is more artificial than ever. So this moment in time is when people are embracing the ability to not think. So AV has always been a way to, what is it? A picture is worth 1,000 words. What if an artificial intelligence is worth 1,000 thoughts? So stop thinking. Let's lay aside this burden that we have, and let's just look at flashy pictures, and this will let the thoughts come from somewhere else that we don't have to think them. So AV will be very affected. And honestly, here's where I get a real example. We got those little touch panels. They're mostly out of the box now, aren't they? So many of them are just out of the box and press the buttons, and it's not complicated anymore. It's already 99% there. So if we just recreate the Pixar WALL-E movie, this will make us very ready to sit back and let all the flashy lights and the thoughts come from artificial places. All the world wants this. I'm telling you. Okay, I think that covers it.
Okay. So does it go on to
now it goes to Renee to pick someone from her team to be a negative.
See, Harry's like, oh, choose me.
Tim, you're gonna start us off.
All right. Well, you know what? All right. AI is the flashy thing right now. Okay. We just used ChatGPT to come up with this. So clearly it wants more information about us. But you know what? Eventually the plug is going to get pulled. That's all it is right now. We're seeing it already, that people are it's becoming too smart for its own good. And I think we, as the people that are cognizant and self-aware individuals who increasingly care more about our world, are going to have an uprising against the machines. This is the start of Terminator, folks. Even though there's AI and Skynet and whatever that's going to happen, what's happening next is that we the people, you're going to have your Sarah Connor rise up and fight against the machines. We are going to find a rogue AI that's going to fight against it in a leather jacket, and we can. I'm getting a little out of whack here, but I see us just letting this flash and burn. We have enough that it's going to be that we don't need more, and that eventually we're going to peak and we're going to slide back down, and it's going to be back to basic values and things like that of technological uses. So that's it for me.
Okay. How about Aaron?
All right. AI is definitely going to have an impact on everyday life, especially in the AV industry. You can have AI create basically whatever you want it to. I use it to help it refine my statements of work a lot of times. I'll type up what I think my statement of work says, and I'll copy it, and I'll say, please write more professionally, and I paste my text in and have it write what it thinks it needs to, but then I do revise it to make sure that it is saying what I want it to say. Another thing is that I always hear the argument of, 4K, 8K displays aren't going to take on popularity. Where's the content for it? AI can create content pretty quickly for some of these things at these higher resolutions. Please make a 4K video that depicts blah, blah, blah. Please make a video at a resolution of up to 8K that depicts X. of course it's going to have a lasting impact. You don't need to necessarily have an 8K video camera out there to help create content. AI can create the content for you. Content problem solved.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Dang, Aaron.
All right. So I'm going to go. So piggybacking off of that, right? So AI is built off of what it learns from the humans, right? So what if you've got some human teaching it wrong patterns, and you don't have your CTS and you don't have this, and you ask it to draw you a pattern and it puts in 17 HDMIs into a display that only has 2 HDMI ports? Or what about the people who that is their job, is to create those drawings, is to create that workflow? There's enough job loss in our country right now. Like, we don't need a chat GPT taking over somebody that could very nicely draw some plans, draw some, whatever. I think that when you start losing that human control, you freak people out. Who do you trust, right? Do you have some chef writing your AV stuff, or do you have some AV person writing a recipe for some chef and think it's going to be a good recipe? I think we're getting away from having human interaction. It's going to not be good.
Yeah, I think that AI can assist.
You're muted or something, Nancy.
Pardon me?
No, I hear.
She's good.
She's a little muffled, but she's okay.
Yeah.
The end user is trying to critique you.
Harry just froze on us.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, no,
Yep.
Oh, now he's back.
Yeah,
No, he's just naturally frozen.
yeah. I think that AI will never replace human interaction and that human experience. I think just like what Aaron said, is that it will be best in assisting with reports, or maybe, in being able to express yourself maybe more clearly. But in certain aspects of jobs, well, maybe it can be more efficient. But I think that it will complement our industry. I don't think it's going to take over, but I think it will complement it.
What was the topic again? Joe, can you read exactly what the topic was?
Yeah. I already closed it out, but it was AI. So you're basically arguing that AI will make a lasting impact in the AV industry, and we are saying that it will not.
We are saying
that.
Yeah.
You
guys, you're saying it will.
And we are saying it will not.
And that's where I'm saying that there's many different blocks to it, I guess you could say. So in some areas, it could be useful. It could assist. And then in others, it's not going to affect workers as what we've continuously been hearing about. Because you have to have that human interaction. So like us talking to end users, well, it's understanding, what are their frustrations? What are their needs? Like how could technology be able to help them be more efficient in their roles, as well as with schools, Joe, your team, well, how is it that you can effectively be able to support your customers internally? So I think it's just going to be an add-on. I don't think it's going to really stand out as much as what people have said. Oh, Harry left. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming back though. He said he will be back. He just couldn't hear anything.
So Brandy, you take it, because Joe's a very good closer.
Okay. So a couple things. So every time I use Copilot or ChatGPT or Grok, my son is like, "You're killing our water supply."
That's true, yeah.
That's right.
Maybe.
Back to water. I like the callback.
Yeah, I call back to the water, killing our water supply. And then also, I do only use it to kind of double check. Like, I do a little UCG stuff, so double check contracts, or fluff up my wording on some content, but I try not to use it a lot. But I do feel like people are using it so much more that they're losing their own thoughts. And I think if we continue to drive AI even more forward, that it will, like Tim said, kind of drop off the wayside, because we're going to need, AI anonymous.
There we go. I like it. I like it.
I can stop at any time. It's all right.
Like serious AI addicts. Like, it's crazy. Like, I have friends that, like, they literally rely on it for everything.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that the AV industry, we are so unique. And I think that we will get on board, like, to kind of get away from it faster than any others.
Love it. See, great one. AI is killing our water supply, which kills all humans.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Harry's bringing it home for the yesers.
Trying to not say AI will bring about the end of Western civilization, but
don't pull
because it won't.
Harry,
and
don't pull
AV can use AI. From my standpoint, it can use AI to help tune a room, say with a DSP. You set the parameters, and then it can automatically set the room up to be exactly how you need it to be, and everything comes out right, and you're good to go. Programs like ChatGPT actually are very good at writing like code blocks and things. So if you go in and you say, I need a code block in this language that says such and such and talks to such and such, it can do that for you. And it's actually pretty good at that sort of thing. So it can be very helpful in that regard for people who are trying to install AV who may not necessarily know everything that they should know. I mean, it's going to be very helpful for AV.
Stick with it, Harry. Come on.
Actually be able to get rooms installed faster and on a tighter budget.
That was the closer. There's the arguments there for the floor.
Take it home, Joe.
When Joe is done, I have to bring up the worst person that has ever done
the
firing range, and she'll get a call out in just a little bit. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I was drafted to the nose. How am I supposed to say no when you have products like the Sony Bravia that use the cognitive processing AR, XR technology to ensure that we get the greatest sound and visuals out of our displays? And how am I supposed to say no when you have PTZ optics that uses the AI auto tracking for live streaming and content creation alongside the AI powered visual guidance built into it? How can I say no? And let me tell you how I can say no. Using those two great examples, because what happens is you have early adopters like PTZ Optics and Sony that come in and give us these great things, and then everyone else just adopts it. And then it becomes the norm. AI is just what we're talking about today. It's companies like that come in and move the entire industry, but then it becomes the norm and people forget later. They forget the past. And so it's not going to have a lasting impact because we're going to forget the trailblazers like that. That's what happens in our industry. It'll take episode 400 of the AV Life for us to remember those trailblazers of AI, because it will just become how we do life. Therefore, it will not have a lasting impact because we're going to forget. We're going to be on whatever the next buzzword, because it was AV over IP. It was whatever.
Collaboration.
AI, and then it's going to be another buzzword, and AI is going to be forgotten.
It was glasses.
Forgotten like Tommy Two-Tone.
Aww.
Pew pew, and that's why
And there we
win.
go.
There it is.
Joe.
Well done, Joe. Well done. And usually there's a winner deemed. But I think we all know that AI is here to stay. I think that's really that's.
I forgot to include something about saving grandma in mine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we always had to save
I
grandma.
forgot about saving grandma. We always have to say
Oh,
that.
we didn't save grandma this
Tim, you
time.
better bring that back every so often.
Yeah, I think it's time to bring this back,
We're a
and
little
maybe I need to
rusty.
bring Gina back in because she's the worst
Yes.
at this. She always ended up on the side that she didn't want to be on, and she always ended up going for the side that she wanted to be on. So
She was not very good at it.
I
Yeah,
kept
I like
thinking
it when
about that
people
as we were
ramble.
going. I'm like, oh yeah, Gina would always switch on us.
That was awesome.
That was great. Yeah, we do have to bring back.
So much fun.
Yeah,
That
the
was
lightning
worth-
rounds. Yeah, we'll bring it back. Because we deemed that the firing range there was a lot happening with like school shootings and things like that at the time. So we decided that like the shooting aspect was kind of like, yeah, maybe we'll just kind of
Tim,
yeah.
who was it that chose, and what did they use to choose the question?
Oh, so it was on me or on Corey. There were
Kim.
three.
No, I mean,
Or Kim.
Joe.
Oh,
Hey.
Kim, yeah.
Kim did a lot. Yeah, Kim did some.
Kim always
Yeah.
found these.
No,
We
we
always
used
wondered how she
Chat
found these
GPT.
things.
Oh, now
Well,
we
it
could.
was based on an article, right? Because Kim would
There were
find the
articles.
article.
Oh,
So you
no,
would
but
know
what I
ahead of
mean is
time.
tonight that here we're arguing AI, and Joe used AI
AI to make
bring
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually like we
Yeah, it's
get
making
the
it so
articles.
we don't think anymore.
Yeah.
Mm.
We would get the articles ahead of time. You get a chance to read them, digest them, and then we would have like 3 rounds of debate. So, and you would
But
stay
never
with
knew. You
yeah.
never knew what team you were going to be on, so you had
Right.
to kind of be ready for each. Yeah.
And
Yep.
I didn't like being on the against ones when I didn't believe it. That was
Yeah.
hard.
It's hard.
And I'm Mr. AI. I had to come up with something there, you
Yeah.
know?
That was
I
awesome.
am too. Yeah. I'm all for it.
But
So
that's kind of fun when you have to argue the other side, though.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
it is.
Makes you have to think. Yeah.
So, you know what? And the fact that this episode has almost gone an hour and a half is very fitting as a good testament to the older episodes. And we got off the rails, as the AV Super Friends would say. But as we always seem to do on the AV Life. So that a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new. No,
Really?
come on! I've gotten this far. I have no editing to do. Like,
I've been so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Joe?
If you're wondering, I'm not going to say what was on the scroll there. I'm just going to say you should go to YouTube and go watch it, or go watch it from hilarity.com and check out the episode there. So
Make sure you like and subscribe.
and subscribe. And also, by the way, there's also a HETMA channel and there's a Higher Ed AV channel on YouTube. So you can like and subscribe there as well. Get all the content. Make sure, and you know what? Bookmark higheradav.com. That way you got everything right there for all your daily. And there's new content every day. We're with Ryan Gray now as the new editor. Not that Joe wasn't doing a great job, but Ryan's really taking.
It's amazing what happens.
Yeah.
It is amazing what happens when you put someone competent in charge.
No, not gonna say that, Joe.
Well, it's true though. Let's be honest.
Well, Ryan is taking the reins and driving us along here. So there's gonna be a lot of new content. There's definitely new articles that are coming out. And actually, speaking of AI, there's Andy Vogel has his articles regarding AI. So if you wanted to check that out, yeah, so that's your one stop for all the latest that we have to offer. And always you can check us out as the AV Life on X and all your socials out there. So first off, let me thank our guest, Brandy. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
here
you.
tonight. It was a blast
So much
having.
fun.
Yes, definitely glad you were able to join us for this very special episode. Aaron, thank you again for coming back. Always a pleasure having you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's always good to be asked back, and glad I could come on.
Well, if there's one person that gets asked back, it's always Harry. So I
haven't been on in a while. So.
I know. I didn't turn you down when you said you were coming on. Although I did say you didn't
came
have to.
back the very next day. We thought he was a goner, but he wouldn't stay away.
Well, I also said he didn't have to commit or respond, and he still confirmed anyhow. So it was like I was just kind of hoping he would just randomly show up, but he told me he was coming. So it's
even better.
And to my crew, to Renee, to Nancy, Murphy, thank you so much. You all, I'm getting to you. Hold on.
We miss you, James.
And I miss, and to James and to Kim and to Spence, we miss you all. Renee, Nancy, Murphy, thank you so very much for all your continuous time and effort on this show. You all make it what it is. I could definitely not do this by myself. And you make it what it is on a weekly basis, or 2 weeks weekly right now, or 2 days weekly. And Joe, thank you for continuously supporting the show and for allowing for taking in Corey's work. If it wasn't for you and Corey having those discussions 6 years ago about how the podcast was going to continue, we wouldn't be here today to be able to do this. So, it's really because of your work with Corey, and then also entrusting it to me to somehow straggle along for the 100 episodes here with some others that have never gone to light. But thank you again, Joe. And to really the listeners out there who somehow you've always checked in with us week in and week out, and you've supported us along the way. And I can't, for the bottom of my heart, appreciate that. And as Joe looked up, we've made it 300 episodes, and that's less than about 1% of all podcasts get that far. So we are in a very elite group of podcasts that have gotten this deep, and it's because of your show. You listen and you show your support, and we will keep, as long as you keep wanting us, we'll keep being here. So excuse me, before my throat gives out here. That's it for us here tonight. And as always, folks, until our next adventure.